All right, swimsuit season is coming up very quickly, and if you've been trying to figure out how to that abdominal region and banish the belly, and maybe you haven't quite figured it out just yet, Niko Tzakis is here to help us out. He's a certified personal trainer with no excuse fitness lifestyle. There we go.
There we go. You almost got it.
I do love the name.
Yeah.
No excuse.
Sound like we're playing off each other.
We're a tag team. Yeah.
Exactly.
Now, Niko, we love having you on this show.
I love to be here.
And honestly, this is something that a lot of people struggle with. It's the
Definitely.
abdominal region. Why is it important to have a strong core?
Well, apart from the obvious cosmetic reason, it's also very important for different health reasons. One of the more important one is your back. Many people don't realize the connection, but there is a really big connection between a strong core and back strength, because what we see, especially with a lot of people that come in with to train with lower back problems, is we see that they think that it's because they have weak back, and when we go to do exercise, it turns out that what it is actually they have a really weak core, and that's how you get a lot of people who have herniated discs, who have pull out of back muscles, because they go to lift something, and whether you know it or not, when you go to lift something, you use a lot of your core, and if your core is therefore a lot of your back, so you go to lift something, and that's how you can pull one of your back muscles. And it's also really good for posture. So having a strong core, yeah, exactly. There you go. That's right. Straighten up. But it's okay, because I saw both your six packs in the green room. So that's that. Have a pretty strong core. But that's what it is the abs kind of come with the strong core. That's the most important part, is to have a strong core, and the abs are kind of a little bonus.
Yeah, and I think most of us know the basic exercise, the sit-up. There's a lot more ways you can. Or you're going to show us some of those ways.
Exactly.
Today,
that's one of the best things about ab workouts, is that you can be so creative with them. Just as long as you're keeping that core tight, you're working your abs. So you can be sitting down, lying down, standing up. You can be doing ab exercise no matter what, and it doesn't have to be just a typical So I'm going to show you some really fun new ones. So you know what, Derek? How about we start off with you? If you could just lie on your back,
the jacket
please.
comes up.
Time
to get
this should be intimidate you here.
The six-pack is coming.
These are 18-inch pythons, pal. Just got measured.
Lois, if you wouldn't mind just in front of him, right over here. And Derek, you're actually going to grab a hold of her ankles. All right? And I want your feet to be completely straight. And all you're going to do is you're going to bring them up. And then Lois, you're going to push them down.
Oh my.
Yeah, but the point is that you don't want your feet to touch the
And don't pull on the ankles of the person in front of you too much.
And also, to switch it up, you want to surprise them. You can kind of throw it to the side. There you go. So that's really working your side abs as well. And so,
if our producer's watching, could you get the defibrillator in here?
So exactly. Bring it up, bring it down, and you want to make sure that you get your feet as low as you can without touching the ground, and keep them completely straight. Yeah, so that really is a great.
That's a good workout right there.
Yeah.
Right.
So
go on now, punch me.
Yeah. There we go. Instant six-pack.
There you go.
Let's go to the beach.
So, all right, what else have you got?
So another ab exercise that we have is called the plank. I don't know if you're familiar with the plank or not. So, Lois, it's your turn to get on. So pretty much all you're going to do is you just get on your hands and knees. Arms like this. You kind of rest on your forearms. And then once you're ready, you just lift your legs up, and you want to make sure that your back is completely straight.
Oh yes, the plank.
Yeah, and you just keep that core really, really tight.
And as I understand it, Niko, she would stay like this for about 25 minutes.
Oh, no.
Well, 25 to half an hour. Yeah, that's generally. While she's taking a break, we're going to talk about the nutrition part of the abs.
Because this is something that you really focus on when it comes to your personal training. A lot of you can go in and do as much workout as you want, but if you don't have the nutrition side of things, you're really missing out.
Exactly, because that's what they say. They say that abs. Oh, by the way, whenever you want, you can take a little break, Lois.
You were asking all these questions, like long questions.
No, not at all, Lois. Not at all.
So what they say is abs are made in the kitchen. So you can do as many ab workouts as you want. You can do them for half an hour, 12 times a day. But nutrition aspect, you're never going to get the results that you want. And the main things to focus on is, okay, you the fats, of course. You know, you want to limit your fats, especially your saturated and your trans fats. But also what you really want to limit is your carbohydrates. Because what happens is when you have a diet that's high in carbohydrates, as you may or may not know from the segments that I was talking about, carbohydrates in your body, they turn into sugars to give our body energy. And they're stored in our liver as glycogen. Now what happens is when the liver is all filled up with that glycogen, the excess is floating around in our blood. And what happens is it turns into acids, which deposits into the areas that we really don't want to see, especially our stomach.
That's when you start getting the keg pack.
There you go, and that's where you start getting that nice little spare tire right around, and those are probably the most stubborn fat to burn.
So limit your saturated fats, limit your carbohydrates. What about cardio? Oh, you got to do a lot of cardio and also strengthen your abs. Is that true?
It is true. Cardio is very important, especially when you're trying to shed off, especially that excess fat. And there are actually a couple important times to do cardio. People may or may not know this, but first thing in the morning, as soon as you wake up, it's really good to do cardio. So not a couple minutes. You want to do about a half hour of cardio because what happens is overnight, your body has completely burnt all of the energy from the carbohydrates and is in what's called carbohydrate depletion. So when you're doing the cardio exercise, what you're burning instead of carbohydrates is you're burning the excess fat.
That's of the week.
And then the second time you want to do cardio?
Is right after an exercise, right after an intense exercise, because again, you're in carbohydrate depletion.
So intense workout, like as in muscle workout,
Right.
like weights or something.
Right.
Or the ab workout. We just should be running on the spot.
Let's go for a run. Let's go for a quick jog.
Okay, well, we'll just jog in the spot.
Let's see those feet. Let's see those feet. Up,
Why
up,
did we
up.
suggest this? Okay. All right, well, coming up next, we are going to be back with Bark.
I don't want to see it
Great
stop. Let's
event
go. Let's go.
Coming up very shortly in May. More on that right after this.
Quick.
Okay.
And done.